Hello, this is Father David here at St. Anthony's for day 2 of the Lenten spring. When you'll be seeing this, it will now be the second day of the fast, and we will have begun Clean Week. We will have gone through the service of Great Compline with the Canon of St. Andrew of Crete. And there's a highly penitential canon that goes on through several days of the first week of Great Lent. And it's on this day that, this Tuesday, Clean Tuesday, that we come across the chapter, Let Us Begin with Joy. And, as I said yesterday, it can kind of seem counterintuitive, where we are singing just over and over and over, have mercy on me, O God, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me, O God, have mercy on me. And, it's interesting that, the connotations that can come up with. I can recall, older cousins or, stronger boys on the playground would always go to their buddies or whatever, and they play Mercy. If you've ever seen this game being played, the idea is you would, grab, interlock your fingers, palm to palm, and bend the other person's back, or they would bend yours back until you yelled Mercy. And this was, just games boys played in their stupidity, but, to sort of, piggyback on that, we think that, or at least it's easy to think that this is what we're saying, So why would we say in begging God over and over, have mercy on me, O God, have mercy on me, that somehow we would begin with joy? And Father Tom, quotes a couple of hymns where, let us enter the fast with joy, O faithful. Let us not be sad. Let us cleanse our faces with the waters of dispassion, blessing and exalting Christ forever. Let us begin the fast with joy. Let us give ourselves to spiritual efforts. Let us cleanse our souls. Let us cleanse our flesh. Let us fast from passions as we abstain from food, taking pleasure in the good works of the Spirit and accomplishing them in love, that we may all be made worthy to see the passion of Christ our God and his holy Pascha, rejoicing with spiritual joy. It's a very different tone. But we have to think in terms of, what is it we are asking God when we say, Lord, have mercy on me, O God, have mercy on me. Why is it that repeated prayer should be done in conjunction with spiritual joy? Well, because what we're doing is not asking God, who's bending our arms back until we're in pain and we cry out, have mercy, stop hurting me or punishing me for my sins. It isn't that kind of thing at all. What we're saying to him is, as one priest has said to me, be who you are. Be present with us. Have mercy on us. Be a healing presence with us. We say, have mercy on us. It isn't because we're saying, stop doing what it is that you have done to us. We're saying we recognize what we have done to ourselves. Be present with us. Be with your healing, the purifying presence of the fiery love of God. Come and purify us. That may actually be painful. But what he is doing to us, what he seeks to do to us, is to purify us. To place us in in a state of peace. And that recognition that we are residing in a place of brokenness, but our God desires to come and have mercy on us and take us out of that place of self-harm, for he is good and loves mankind. That's his act of mercy. That's his act of kindness. That's his act of love. And so when we come before him, recognizing that, the depth of our sin, the depth of our chaos and self-destruction, to ask, have mercy on me, O God, have mercy on me. This is a cry of a drowning man for a life preserver, to the one who is ready to pull them out. But sickeningly enough, I suppose, we're so twisted around. Somebody throws us a life preserver, and it's like an insane man who has to continually remind himself, don't let go of the life preserver. Keep hanging on, because otherwise we'll convince ourselves we really want the ocean of our own sin and to drift back in there, to continue to say, as St. Peter did, "O Lord, save me," when he sank beneath the waves. But it's this joy that we have, not in beating ourselves up over our own sin. We have to recognize that. But to understand that God sees us in our sins and is still ever there to pull us out, to pull us back from the brink, and to bring us to a place of healing, a place of light. Okay? And Father Tom mentions, the difference between godly grief over our sins and worldly grief. He talks about it quite a lot. He quotes St. Paul in 2 Corinthians, talking to the Corinthian church there. I rejoice, St. Paul says, not because you were grieved. I'm not trying to make you miserable and self-hating, but because you were grieved into repenting. In other words, there was some encouragement there. There was a motivation to move forward. There wasn't a despair to just give up. And I liken this really to, when someone, if you've ever known anybody that's gone into physical therapy following, a debilitating injury, for example, somebody might, be paralyzed and be regaining, or have broken legs or something, and be regaining the ability to walk, be regaining the ability to, lift weights. And there they are, slowly but surely, going through these exercises to bit by bit regain, maybe even just the ability to walk. And, maybe in candid moments we might see that person is weeping, is crying, because maybe they remember what they've done in the past. They remember, a past where they used to be able to run. Maybe they were athletes. And, there's a grieving, there's a mourning over what was lost. But there's also a determination, a joy, a hope that if I continue down this road and I push, I'll never get there if I don't push. And maybe I'll never fully see perhaps the fullness of what I once was. But I'm going to push to get as close to that as I can. Because I remember the joy of what it was like to run like the wind. And so I'm going to push. I'm going to struggle. I'm going to, stand on those parallel bars and hold myself up as I seek to just move my legs a little bit more today than I did yesterday. That's the kind of grief, that recognition of something in our past that we've lost. But the real hope that we hold out, that if we continue to push, then we can, with God's help, our therapist, perhaps over the course of a lifetime, that we can recover what we've lost. That's the grief that we're called to grieve with hope. And I've told people sometimes it takes a particular kind of faith to just say it's worth it to get up one more time, to try again, to not let yourself fall down and stay down, but to get back up. So brothers and sisters, Let us begin the fast with joy. Maybe some of you have already fallen down. Clean Monday, the demons know. They came, they push your buttons, they attack you right off. Maybe trying to stake their claim in you and say, we've still got you. And there may be some ground to reclaim. It may seem overwhelming, but take the day with your holy therapist. Reclaim your morning prayers. Reclaim your vision for where you were, or where you believe that God has set you to be. Because by doing so, we begin with joy and faith that we can move beyond where we are. That we are not abandoned, we're not left without hope. But that we can begin this effort, this God-helped effort with joy and hope, that we would recover who we once were and who we're meant to be. So may God bless you. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow.